The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Why don't you guys type in the chat really quick? First, let me know that you can hear me. I'm kind of on a different kind of mic. So let me know that you can hear me first. Okay, good. Everybody can hear me. All right, let's come over here and let's turn our screen on. And which screen are they seeing? That one? Okay, good. Good. All right, everybody can hear me? Type in the chat, guys. Let me know where you're from. There are so many freaking people on this call. Type in the chat and let me know that you can hear me. So we got Michigan, Singapore, Orlando, Florida, Seattle. Whoa! These things are scrolling. Hold on a minute. Okay, hold on. I'm scrolling up. That went fast. So Michigan, Singapore, Orlando, Florida, Seattle, Philadelphia, Freedom, David from Tampa, Florida, Los Angeles, Portland, Oregon, San Jose, California, Alaska. Slides are fine. Good. BC from Canada, Little Rock, Vancouver Island, Brian from Oakland, Winter Park, Florida, UK, Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see, Latrobe, Pennsylvania, Chevet, New Zealand, Ontario, Canada, Alberta, Canada, Michael from Chicago, Seattle, Queens, Trevor, yes, good to see you, Trevor, Virginia, Sam from Vancouver, hi, Jimena and Chad, Casper, what's up, Pastor, good to see you, Long Beach, California, let's see, it's 3 a.m. where Elk lives, Tacoma, Washington, Boston, Sanjay from India, hello, Sanjay, Wilmington, North Carolina, England, Virginia, Beth from Boston, my brother should be on the UK. Yes. Okay. Apple Valley, Toronto, Lakeville, Florida, Palm Beach, Andale, Memphis. Wow. And it's still scrolling. Guys, thank you so much. It's so exciting. I'm so excited to see you guys because we have been waiting to do this one for quite some time. So why don't you guys type in the chat really quick? Let me know if you were at Vegas Live, guys. If you were at Everlesson Live, if you were in Vegas, type in the chat and let me know. I see that Beth was, Ray was, Elk, number one, I don't know what that, Michael, whoa. Look at it, just scroll. We're in trouble tonight. I can't keep up with this. I was there, no, I couldn't make it. James says, yes, I know you were there, James. We went out for breakfast too. Let's see. JR, no at Vegas. Okay, cool. So what I'm learning here is we have a lot of people that were not at the mastermind event in Vegas. So that's good. That gives me direction to go on this presentation. That way we know who we're talking to. So look, guys, we have a lot to cover in this presentation. I hope you guys have a pen and piece of paper. I hope you're ready to pay attention. You guys know the drill. Shut down Facebook, shut down Skype, shut down email. Right? Make sure your kids are locked in the dungeon, whatever you have to do. I want you guys paying attention, okay? You're going to get some amazing tidbits. Actually, you're going to get a whole entire strategy that you're going to be able to get off this call, put some things to action. That's exactly what I've been doing, and I've been seeing some amazing results. So I don't want to take any longer. I'm going to come over here and watch the questions, but what I'd like to do is introduce you to Jimena Cortes, and I promise you she's going to rock the house. Jimena.
Hey, thanks so much for that wonderful introduction. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Let me just make sure everything is working here. All right, there we go. So today I'm going to go over really three main secrets or three main things that you can use right now in your business that's going to be able to help you generate a lot more leads. And I'm going to show you how to do it on autopilot. So the best part is that this is really simple to do. Most people get really overwhelmed on LinkedIn. And the thing is, if you can copy paste, you can do this. And so we're going to talk about that here in a minute. There we go. All right, so a couple things to cover. So it does take a little bit of work to set up. I'm going to cover some of that with you here today. I'm also going to go over some case studies with you from some of my previous clients. So just by me going over this, I'm not saying that this is what you're going to get as your results. I'm just sharing with you what others have done. And really, at the end of the day, it comes down to you and your mindset and how you take action, how much success you have with this. I'm going to give you the strategy and the tools that you need, but it does depend on you and your follow through. All right, as with anything. And really today is if for anybody who's looking to grow their business and work a lot smarter, not necessarily harder. You don't have to work harder to make more money. You just have to figure a few things out and put a few people and systems in place, and you're good to go. It took me a long time to figure that out, but it works over time. If you are also looking to work with higher quality of clients, I know a lot of the people here, you guys are doing things with the employee portal, and you're going out to businesses. So you want to make sure that you're reaching out to businesses that you want to work with that have money, and there's no better place to connect with high-level individuals than LinkedIn from what I have found. And I'll get more into that later, but it's really the best place to get people that you wish were in your network, that you have really no other way to get into your network. Also, this workshop here today is for anyone who knows that you need a consistent flow of leads. Just because you got a client this month and it might have been a great deal doesn't mean that next month you're going to get the same thing if you don't have leads constantly coming through the pipeline. Because then what happens is after you're done with that client, now you're scrambling for another one. And if you are currently prospecting, I'm going to share with you some ways to cut down on your prospecting time. So at the end of the day, if you want to grow your business, you are in the right place. Now, this workshop is for people who have a real product or service to sell. And all of you guys here with Everlesson, that's what you have.
Come on, guys. Type in the chat here. Let me know if you're excited. Let me know if you see the full picture. We're coming at you full circle, guys. I'm over here watching the chat. Just want to make sure you guys get it. I got it. Oh, man, I do. Crazy pumped. Excited. Yes. Hell yes. I'm excited. Great. Very excited more. Let's do this. Freaking awesome. Look at this group, man. They're crazy. I told her, I'm like, man, this group is going to light you up tonight. You watch what they do. Sweet. Sweet. All right. All right. I can't wait to show them the next slide. Watch this, guys. You're going to love this.
So here are some of the pretty typical responses that we get from leads when we reach out to them. And one thing I want you to remember about this process, it's really about saying the right things in the right sequence. That's why this person here responded the way that he did. So I'm going to make a few points about his message to me. He said, "Thanks for the follow-up. I appreciated your article, which was quite insightful. I would like to set up a time to discuss your services, specifically lead generation. And during the call, we discussed our focus and goals here at Bridge." And so basically, he's thanking me for the way I approached him. He likes the article that I sent him in a previous message. And he knows that when we get on the phone, it's not going to be just to have some sort of meaningless chit-chat because we just connected on LinkedIn. He knows I'm going to sell him my services. But because I said the right things in the right sequence, I was not spammy, he's interested in learning how we can work together. And so these are the kinds of responses that you'll get from your prospects when you approach them in the right manner, when you say the right things, when you warm them up a little bit. They know when they get on a call with you, it's going to be about buying your services. But you know, everybody wants to buy, but you know, they don't want to be sold to. So you have to be very careful about how you position yourself and the messages that you send to your prospects. So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes or no, guys? Can we send off messages? Can we paste a simple message? Yes or no? I'm looking for a no. I'm looking for a no, and if you give me a no, I'm going to take you aside and beat you. Oh, there's a no. But it's Karen. I can't beat Karen. Is it Karen or is it Brian? I can take Brian on. Oh, Ray. Ray, buddy, it's on like Donkey Kong. Okay, cool. All right. Check this out, guys. Check this out right here.
So I was just doing some tests and basically put together a message. You know, well, here's the first thing though. When I was at the Everlesson event about a month ago, you know, to be quite honest, I didn't really know exactly what Chad was doing.
She don't pay attention, guys. That's what she's trying to tell you.
So when I was there on the third day, and they were talking about the kind of money that could be earned with the employee portal and what companies are willing to pay, all kinds of light bulbs went off for me. And Chad's looking at me and like, are you okay with the event? Are you on board? I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm putting together a campaign in my head. So I did some tests, and I'm already starting to get responses from these leads on LinkedIn. And you know, I'm just so glad I went to the event because I probably would have never figured out what he was doing, even though we're very close. So, yeah, you guys, with what you're doing, I mean, you could be making $200,000, $500,000, even $1 million in some of these retainers. Which
she won't let me tell you. She will not let me tell you the market. I'll give you a hint. We're in Vegas, so I'll let you guys figure out that market. What's out here in Vegas, right? I'll give you a hint, but she's all excited, right? She's like, we're going to start doing this. When can I get the demo of the portal? Like, she's got calls lined out. Look at the screen here, guys. Look at this, right? Look at this, because look how easy this was. Can we read that conversation?
Yeah, let me just move this thing.
This is gold here, guys. This is freaking gold. If you're not taking a screenshot, if you haven't hit print screen, you need to do it. Look at this.
So I basically just introducing myself to this company, and then it said, you know, our services and products are tailored to your industry. And I would like to share more information with you. I left it pretty vague, but also asked him questions about himself. And he basically just responded with, you know, saying what I propose sounds interesting. He wants to learn more and basically just wants to get on a call. So these are the kinds of responses that can happen when you do this right.
Look at this. Look at prostitution.
No,
Wolfgang
it
says
is not.
prostitution.
It is not.
What a great training portal. We can train that.
No, we can't. We cannot.
Wait, go back to the previous slide. How many people just had a light bulb moment? Type in the chat. Let me know if you have a light bulb moment, guys. Do you see that? Do you see that? That's money right there on the screen. Look at that, guys. Look at that. You can do this. Ray, get your head out of the sky. He says he's thinking porn now. That's not where we want you focused. We want you focused on the money, right? Not the strippers. Oh, my God. Everybody's head is in the gutter now. Look what happened. There's other businesses besides prostitution in Vegas.
Right. There's a lot. There's a big sex boom here, okay? Jeez, you guys, and construction. Anyways, so today, like I mentioned before, we're going to be covering 3 main secrets that I'm going to share with you guys. Number 1, your LinkedIn profile. That's your foundation. Very, very important. When I've tested this, when we don't optimize a profile the way I'm about to show you, the results have been 3 times worse, even if we do everything else the same. The number 2, I'm going to give you a tool that we use to know exactly how to connect with our prospects better before we get on the call, even if you've never met them before. Because remember, people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And so in order for you to gain that like and that trust much faster, it works better to mirror that person's personality. But how are you going to know about that personality? So I'm going to share with you a little bit about that. And then I'm going to share with you the number 1 thing you don't want to do in your lead generation strategies that's going to kill the deal and what to do instead so that you get messages like the ones that we just went over. So at the end of the day, if you guys want prospects coming in and day out, this is what you need to do.
Yeah. So do you want to cover this? You want me to?
No, I'll cover that. So, okay. For example, if you're thinking like you're not good with talking with leads, you don't have to be, because with what you have, you don't have to talk to these leads. You can just give them over to Stuart or Eric or Derek or anybody else.
Todd,
you just generate the lead and you pass it all over to them. So you don't have to worry about it. If you don't have time to generate the leads, well, we're going to go over how to outsource all of that. So this is all happening in the background while you're, sipping margaritas somewhere or doing something else. So you don't need to worry about that. If you're thinking, well, I don't have an email list of people in the industry, that's exactly what LinkedIn is. I'm going to share with you guys how you can find these people and connect with them. You don't need a list. I don't even have much of a list. I don't need one. I get all of my leads for my high-end clients. I get them off of LinkedIn where the people with the money is. So again, don't worry about it. And if you still haven't figured out Facebook ads, you know what? I really haven't either. I have to have somebody else do that for me because I am strictly LinkedIn. But LinkedIn's easy. If I can copy paste, I know how to generate a lead. Facebook ads, on the other hand, are a lot more complicated because you have to worry about the image and the copy, and then the rules from Facebook, they always don't accept my ads 90% of the time, so it's really frustrating. At least with LinkedIn, I can send messages all I want. Well, you can't do it too much, but I'll get more into that later. Anyways, it's much easier. So if you're thinking, well, I don't have someone to close the deals for me, well, that's what's so great about Everlisten. Everlisten and Todas, you don't have to close, which is really the hardest part. You just have to put the pieces together, get the leads going, and this really grows on its own, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're on a roll. I'm just letting you go.
All right. So if you're also thinking, well, my money is really tight and I don't have to fund these campaigns, well, the beauty about LinkedIn is way more cost effective than any other thing I tried in the past when I was trying to get clients for my SEO agency in the beginning. So I'm going to share with you how to make this so cost effective to connect with the quality of people that you guys are going to have, that there's really no comparison. So if you're thinking, well, once I get the client, I don't have time to deal with it or really keep track of everything that's going on LinkedIn, you don't have to, because we are going to have a virtual assistant do it all for you. We're going to train that virtual assistant on the system, and then they're going to do it all for you. So all you really have to do, I guess, at the end of the day is know the login to your LinkedIn account. Even if you don't have one, just go create one, and then everything else pretty much takes care of itself with putting the systems together. So that's what I was saying, like, don't work harder, work smarter. It's all about putting systems in place and being consistent, and how you're consistent means outsourcing, because you're having somebody else do it for you. And I mean, for $3 an hour, a couple hours a day, I mean, I can't imagine that would be too much,
Yeah, let me ask this question, guys. Would you want somebody training your VA who doesn't have VAs themselves? Yes or no? No. I get an oh yeah. That's Rob. That's Rob. Yeah, no, you wouldn't. So how many VAs do you have working for you?
Right now, let's see, 6.
6 VAs. So she's got 6 VAs working for her right now. They're all very, very happy. I saw this picture on Facebook where she had you like threw them a party or something, right?
Yeah, so I do this thing. I'm starting to do this thing with my employees in the U.S. too, where every month, the ones that are here in the U.S., the ones that are here in Vegas, we go out together, and the ones once a month, just kind of team build, because we all work from home, and they prefer it that way. I prefer it that way. And the ones that are in different locations, I just give them an extra stipend every month, and they have to spend that on getting together. And then the only caveat is they have to send me a photo of the outing so I can feel like I was there. So
yeah, so I had 66 VAs in the day, guys, and I didn't know some of the strategies that Jimena's taught me, where my life would have been a lot easier. I could have shown up that morning and I would have still had staff, because they didn't just up and quit on me over in the middle of the night because I'm such a hard ass and everything else. So there's definitely a benefit to having her and her team train your guys' assistants.
Yeah. So there's simple steps with Everlesson, so I'm going to let you take over because this is more your thing.
Cool. So if you weren't at the 3rd day of Everlesson Live, then this is going to, this might be some mind-blowing information to you, okay? Here's the simple steps. This is a summary of it that we've identified to seal the big deals with Everlesson. First of all, let me ask this question, yes or no? How many people believe that it is absolutely possible to line up a $250K, $300K, $500K, $1 million deal? Yes or no? How many people believe that? Because that's the most important thing. Because if you don't believe that, then you should probably get off the call, because that means you think I'm full of bullshit, and I would not be working every single day, 14 hours a day to build out this employee portal, guys. I believe it in 110%, okay? Here's the process that we put together at that 3rd day. Number 1, we picked the best market, and we're ultra focused with that market. We talked about transportation. We talked about medical. We talked about different markets that we can go after. Basically, any company that is training their portals are a great candidate for what we have to offer. Number 2, you want to make sure your LinkedIn profile page is optimized specifically for that market. I don't want you guys going after 100 different markets. I want you laser focused. I want you to become an expert on that market, and I want your page optimized for it, okay? Number 3, you identify the companies that you want to sell to, okay? So we know who our market is. If we're going after insurance companies, then we identify key insurance companies, okay? Once we know that, then we're going to send specific, very tailored, and there's a certain way you can do this, guys. I've learned that I don't get the same response that Jimena gets. Now that I'm, I kind of have a little bit of pull here, and I've kind of learned a little bit here and there. and I'm understanding that I was doing some things wrong. There's some special things that she's doing, especially when it comes to sequencing, right? So once you understand that, you send LinkedIn messages to the key players in your marketplace. And here's a news flash for you. It's not always the CEO. Don't do that, okay? Number 5, leads are then sent a very tailored sequence that matches their market company and will encourage them to respond to you, okay? We're going to talk about responses, you know, the overall percentages, things you can expect, all that stuff, okay? But we're going to send this out multiple times. There's a sequence that we send out. Now, your VA can oversee this whole entire process, and that's the best route for you to go because you don't want to be sending out 50 messages a day or 75 or whatever we discuss at that event. You want a VA that you're paying $250 an hour. She pays them $3. I'm cheap. I was paying them $250. But whatever you do, you want to pay your VA to do all this for you. And then once you have a prospect that's interested in discussing your opportunity further, then you leverage one of the closers in our group. Now, I've identified the closers so far as Stuart, Todd, Derek, Eric. I also believe that Rob Mullins could probably close a deal as well. There's also Ronald Rosario, who has talked to me several times. He was the one that gave me the idea, guys. I want to tell you right now, I thought he was high as a sky when he sent me a message. He said, Chad, I'm going to go out there and sell Everlesson for $1 million. I said, you're crazy. You're so crazy. I don't know what you're smoking, but it must be good stuff. And you know what, guys? I started researching it. I started talking to Todd, Derek, Stewart, all of them, and sure enough, companies will pay this much money. Okay, so once the initial talks have started, you'll go through a series of meetings. I'm not going to lie to you and say you're just going to pick up the phone and sell $1 million contract. It's not going to happen that way, guys. There's a series of meetings, and your closers negotiate and seal the deal. And once the deal is met, an RF2 is completed on behalf of your prospect. That's a request for quote. Then we have a team that fulfills the order for you, meaning they build out the portal for your client if you can't do it yourself. And once the deal closes, you split the profits. Now, yes or no, how many people understand this whole entire process? How many people see the opportunity here? How many people see why I'm so excited with this whole entire employee portal? And so even though I just completely bagged on Ronald, I really want to thank him personally for opening my eyes and helping me understand the real potential with what we're looking at. Because guys, there's a lot of you. I'm going to shove it down your throat. I want to make you as successful as I possibly can. And I'm not talking about selling a $47 product or anything else. I'm talking about me and Todd going and hopping on a jet plane and flying out to your place of business and closing these deals for you. Guys, that's what I want to happen. So the takeaway, 95% of the work is done for you. How was that?
No, that's great. And really, your only real job is to generate the lead, but you kind of don't really even have to do that because your VA does that. You just have to make sure that your LinkedIn account is alive. I mean, that's it. So you have really the opportunity to leverage this amazing community that Chad's built. That I'm pretty blown away by how engaged you guys are and how everybody's going live and really supporting each other. So continue to do that. And just continue to do that on a whole other level. So basically, the experts that you have access to through this community come in and do the majority of the work for you, myself included. I'm giving you my system and everything that we do exactly as we do it. And all you guys have to do is give it to someone else to implement. And it just really, you have a machine that kind of runs on its own. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to, do a little bit of work. It's not all on autopilot, but it's much better than, let's say, like when I started out. So
yeah, but look at all the work everybody's doing in internet marketing with all the e-commerce, with all the email marketing, with all the launches. Like they're working their ass off, and they're not making this kind of money. Like Ian just said. Can you scroll up to that comment? Because I don't know how to use your mouse. He said he made 250K deals. It's good to see you, Ian. I haven't talked to you in a while. I used to do 250K deals by using backdoor influencers. Guys, I had no idea because, a six-figure launch used to be a big thing, right? I had no idea this kind of money was out there. And it's such a great feeling to actually provide a real product and service to real businesses. This is not this I am scammy stuff, guys. This is completely different. Like we're on our way out from that marketplace. I hope you guys understand that.
Now, Todd said something else. If you don't have money to hire a VA do the work, you won't have to do that for very long either, though. Just if you're that bootstrapped, yeah, just do the work yourself. But then eventually, after that first deal, pay someone else to do it, because your time is better spent on working on the business, not in it.
Very well said.
Now, to understand really this whole system and why we created it, you really need to know a little bit more about me. I know I'm not the most active sometimes on Facebook.
She's working on it.
I am working on it. Chad wants me to go live more. I think I've gone live like once on my page right before I went to TNC. But this is a work in progress. So, you know, one of my favorite things to do, and really the whole reason why I started this business and have it run the way that it is now. Like, I could have an office here in Vegas. I don't want one, because that means I have to go to it. So I want to do what you see on the screen. I like to travel. So that's a picture of me in Dubai, which besides Vegas is my favorite city. That was taken at the Burj Al Arab, which is the only 7-star hotel in the world. And that's a view of beautiful Dubai right behind there. And it's, you know, I went there for a speaking engagement. You know, in the Middle East, you guys, even if you don't use LinkedIn, it's safe to sell the employee portal. But if you sell these services to businesses, the Middle East goes crazy over social media. They're some of the biggest social media users in the world. And while I was there, I actually got to speak in front of royalty. So that is a picture of me speaking in Bahrain in front of the royal family there. So
awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's probably one of the best trips of my life. So a couple of things that I've generated through connections that I made on LinkedIn was, for example, being mentioned on Inc.com, Forbes.com, and Entrepreneur.com. The Entrepreneur Group actually promoted me a while back, and that was a connection that I made on LinkedIn and asked them to do it, and they did, which was really cool. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is even happening. I've also helped many companies increase their revenues by at least 6 figures a year. And besides speaking in front of royalty, I've also shared the stage with people like Robert Kiyosaki, who I was obsessed with his books when I was 10 years ago, and I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Bill Walsh, Eric Lofholm, and several others. Done a ton of deals on LinkedIn, and on average on my company, we're closing anywhere from 3 to 4 deals a month on our done for you services, which are $3,500 a month. So, you know, not chump change. And I live in Vegas right now, which is my favorite city in the world. And that's the beauty of it. I can live anywhere I want, and sometimes I do. I basically took half of last year to just change location. I was still working the whole time and running my business, but, you know, I was just not in Vegas. So, few of the clients that we've worked with. Number one, this is my first client that I ever got from LinkedIn. I'll tell you more about him in just a little bit. And, you know, just one connection has been worth over $50,000, and he's sent me a lot of referrals, so that's been really cool. Here's a campaign that we did that was for 35 days, and we generated 1,100 clicks through some of the kind of like, this is not through advertising. This person wanted to advertise, and I told them, no, let's do it this way. He actually saved a lot more money and got a lot more sales than he did before through LinkedIn ads. So we had 486 opt-ins. His investment to my company for this was $5,000, but his company generated almost $21,000 in revenue. Isn't that awesome, you guys? I see some comments coming in saying that's super awesome. Yeah, so that was what I'm about to share with you guys in a little bit. Another one that I did, this is actually one that we only did for one day, generated almost 2,200 clicks, 616 opt-ins. The investment for this LinkedIn traffic was $750, and if you actually do the math, I saved a ton of money because LinkedIn cost per click, like if you're super ninja, you might be able to get it down to like $2 a click, but you're going to be paying more like 5 or 10. It's expensive. So that's why I've never really focused on LinkedIn ads, and I found ways around generating that LinkedIn traffic and still getting those leads without having to pay LinkedIn like $10,000 for it, because that's what you would end up having to pay to generate these kinds of results. I would have lost a lot of money on that campaign if I had done it through ads. So because of this different way to do it, it's actually making money rather than losing money.
Can I stop you for just a minute?
Sure.
So, like Chris Gloss, he's on the call right here. There's his comment.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting together a course right now teaching how to do like green screen videos and stuff on Facebook Live. So could he use this to put people into his course?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
See, that wasn't even something I considered, guys. I was thinking in terms of the employee portal, but we're also encouraging you guys to build out your courses. Like Wayne, I really want him to put together that credit course. Could we use this to find people who would be interested in fixing their credit?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Are you guys getting it? Are you having some light bulb moments? Type in the chat, guys. Say light bulb if you're having some light bulb moments. I'm trying to show Jimena, I'm trying to show her that we are the most active group on the planet.
Very active. Oh my gosh.
Floodlights. Look at that.
Another one of my clients, she's actually one of the very first clients that I worked with. When she came to me, she didn't have much of an email list. We were able to get a lot of people on her email list, but the biggest thing was she got a new private client and 3 good coaching clients, which in the first 60 days that totaled out to about $11,000. This is a woman, she was in a different industry. She was tired of her other business and wanted to go into coaching, but was a brand new coach. So she was like, I know what I have to offer is valuable, I just don't know how to sell it. So we were able to get her these clients through getting them interested in her services by saying the right things in the right sequence. And also something that I didn't put on this slide is she got several women's organizations to promote her to their people and did several interviews and things like that. So it's not always just about clients. You can actually get a lot of PR and media, and that's how I got on like entrepreneur.com and Forbes.com. So, you know, think about LinkedIn as really the place where that you can leverage to get the relationships that you need to take you from where you are right now to where you want to be. Most people, that's clients, but you know, there's other people you can get. And the last one I share with you right now is Shane. The first 60 days, he generated $12,000 in recurring business because he has a marketing company. So all his clients, they sign contracts for 6 to 12 months. So one of the things about his case study that really catches my attention was when I talked to him, he told me that in order to get clients before working with me, he was cold calling for about 4 hours a day. Does anybody here do any cold calling, or have you done cold calling in the past? Just put a 1 in the chat box if you have. Okay, so, okay, tons of you.
Action takers. They're action takers. Look at that. Blows, sucks. I hate it.
Okay, so here's the thing about cold calling, especially for me. I tend to be a little bit sensitive. So when you get hung up on every day and told to buzz off and all this stuff, it's only a matter of time before it really gets to you and you don't really want to pick up that phone because you just don't want somebody to be rude to you. So basically, Shane was doing that for about 4 hours a day, but with this, he was spending about 30 minutes a day generating leads on LinkedIn, and he was able to generate more income that way because he was more focused and people were more interested, and they were actually really nice. Like if you saw those messages, these people, when you get on the phone, they're looking forward to your call because of the way that the messages set it up. They want to talk to you. It's not like they're going to hang up and be super rude. Right, it's like get them to call you exactly.
Hey, I saw Naomi. It's good to see you. I saw her comment. She said, "Can you find authors using LinkedIn?"
Oh yeah, we've done several campaigns in that niche actually, and they respond really well if you come at them the right way, and if your offer is something that really appeals to them, they do respond a lot.
Sweet.
So, and one of my best case studies, this is one of our done-for-you clients. He's actually a gentleman that I connected with on LinkedIn, and he's got a company that they sell products to doctors. And one of the challenges that they were having is they know once they show their products to the doctors, the doctors want it in their clinics. The problem is getting the doctor on the phone in the first place because doctors have gatekeepers. And they're there to make sure that the only people this doctor is talking to is their patient. That's it, not you. So what we did is we devised a campaign for them, and in a 5-month period, we connected them with 1,600 doctors, and from there, 89 of them got on the phone, and 48 started carrying their products in their clinics. Now, one clinic, on average, on an annual basis, is worth $10,000 to this company. So just a 5-month campaign netted them almost, well, not netted them, grossed them almost $500,000 for their business, because they were able to get through the doctors that they know are interested in this. They just can't get to them really any other way that they were trying. The cold calling was kind of effective, but again, as you guys said, it's pretty painful. And there's a whole bunch of stories like that. I'm not going to keep going on and on. I think you guys kind of get the point. So I want to ask you a little question. We're going to do an exercise right now. Write down and also put in the chat, because I want to know as well, what is the first thing that attracted you to being an entrepreneur? Okay, freedom. Wow.
Whoa.
A lot of freedom.
Oh, do you have Jing? Like, that's never happened. Hold on.
I do have Jing.
Hold on. We're going to take a Jing. I'm going to take a Jing shot of this. Where is it at?
It's right there.
Hold on, guys. You got to see this. I've never seen that happen before. Have you? Everybody answered the same. It's like they have a cheat sheet in front of you. Can you guys see that? Look where she has that at 638.
Can you guys see the Jing screenshot? Because we just put it on my screen. Or no? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
they can see it. Look at that. Everybody said freedom. You guys are freaking me out. I'm leaving.
Well, since you guys all said freedom, I'm sure what you were not thinking when you got on this path is that you wanted to be stressed out, overwhelmed, or in over your head, as can happen, especially as you're first starting out, or just like having so much to do and oftentimes very little to show for it, and then you're missing weekends with your friends or your families or trips because you have this work to do or that work to do, and then you look at your bank account and it's kind of staying stagnant or going below what you'd like. That's definitely not why any of us got in here, and you kind of feel like your to-do list is never ending. I mean, Chad's is kind of never ending though. you have kind of a full whiteboard over there.
I do. I marked 2 things off today.
That's good though. We're marking stuff off. Now that we got the board, we know what to do.
There's hope. There's hope.
Yeah. Or maybe why you got into this, which if you want to be like all pimped out, right? Like you want that like nice car, or you want that huge mansion. That's actually the picture of the Versace mansion in Miami. We stayed there last week. Was a lot of fun. Cool experience. Or maybe you want a yacht. Yachts is not really my thing. I'd rather just rent it because I don't want to deal with the maintenance, and you're going to take it out like a couple times a year, right?
You're supposed to be selling the dream, not bagging on it. No, seriously, that's Mark Cuban's yacht, guys. We saw that in Miami.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Or you want to be famous and hang around cool people. I like business people, so to me, these are my celebrities. The guy from Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, he's my favorite. There's Robert Allen. I'm going to be at a mastermind with Kevin Harrington next week. So, just cool stuff like that. Or if you're more simple, then, maybe you're just looking for being able to travel to Europe for the summer, or hop on a yacht and take an extended leave, or just I think everyone here is probably more along the lines of this slide here, because you guys just really want the freedom to vacation when you want and hang out with your friends and family where you want. It's really the sense that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So what are we talking about? Really a simple change in lifestyle. When you systematize things, you don't have to be married to your work because you have systems and people working for you. And that's why last week we decided on Saturday we wanted to go to Miami, and on Sunday we were on a plane. Yeah. We still worked while we were there. We just had a beach instead of desert.
She learned just how last minute Chad Nicely can be.
Yeah. And you don't have to have a huge company. I mean, now I'm going to the point where I have more employees than I thought I would have. It's kind of, you have to manage them and everything. But I really have a great team. God, I love them so much. They're so on top of it. I don't think I have a monster company. It could be much bigger, but I'm very happy with, you know, the messages that I get and the things that I get to do.
Yeah, but a lot of that is because you're selling $3,500 packages. You sell you close $1 million deal. How many of those you have to close a year?
Oh my God, way too many. One deal is so much better.
Right? Do you guys understand that? How many deals do we have to close with what we built, guys? How many? How many? That's why I told her, I'm like, I want you to share your life with them. Let them know what you do. I don't know anybody that travels as much as this girl here. I'm like, I want you to share that with them, because when they go out there and close these kind of deals, that's the kind of life I can have. I don't want to keep working all damn day. That's the kind of life you can have. That's what this is about. That's the kind of synergy we create. That's what we attract in our life. And she's like, I don't know, Chad, I'm kind of humble. I don't like sharing this stuff. I'm like, you have to. They have to see that this is who you are. This is what you do.
Yeah. Well, here's somebody that he went through my course. And if you notice, again, LinkedIn, all he's really doing is copying and pasting what I'm telling him to do. He said, 5 weeks into the training, I've had 3 lawyers contact me for services. So he helps attorneys with LinkedIn and other marketing services. And so now he's asking me, you know, how much should I be charging these people? Because it works. When I first started, I could not get a lawyer to take my call until I figured out how to get to them through LinkedIn versus all the other stuff I was doing. Here's another person who's in the Bitcoin market who was on my webinar, and he's getting clients through LinkedIn for his Bitcoin business.
James, are you sold, my friend? Where's the pastor? Let's see if the pastor's still on the call. Did you see this? I saw this slide, James, and I'm like, oh, man. Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Whoo! I don't want to get you guys off on it. He says I'm dying. I don't want to get you guys off on another path. I want you to stay where you're at. But just understand that there's so much you can do with LinkedIn. So much you can do while you're waiting for those big deals to close.
Right, because I mean, these big deals, because it's a big deal, it's not going to happen overnight. It might take a few months, you know, and that's very normal for a deal of that size. Is it worth it? Absolutely. But in the meantime, what can you use to generate income? Well, for example, here's Michael Haynes. Now, he took my course, and he was using it to connect with contractors initially. And he had a lot of success. And so when he started seeing at the rates that these contractors were responding to him and signing up for his services, he actually started offering LinkedIn services as well, and started working directly with me. So, you know, there's a lot you can do. You can sell memberships to businesses. You can do the employee portal. That takes a little bit more time. In the meantime, you can even offer LinkedIn services to other businesses like I do. I mean, there's so much you can do with it. It's really crazy. You know, here's another person that just by using some of the free stuff I gave away, if you look at the bottom of her message, she said, after taking your free webinar and using your email templates, within the last 24 hours, I now have 2 appointments scheduled. It doesn't take long, and it doesn't take a lot of people when you say the right things in the right sequence. Here's a client of mine that I'm working with right now. That's a message that she sent us recently where she closed a $10,000 deal, and she's got 2 more appointments for the next day after that. So that was a great day. Her packages are $10,000 per, and we're using LinkedIn to get the leads for her. So it's working really, really well. And one of the last ones here. Here's another person that, again, was on my webinar. And so here's something that he said that I want you guys to pay attention to. Here at the bottom, he said, my point is, using less than 100 connections, not perfectly targeted for my business model. So he didn't even follow the system exactly. I generated 2 qualified leads. In a consulting business such as mine, 1 client can be worth many thousands of dollars. So, you know, that's how fast this can work. So I get this stuff all the time while I'm traveling the world, and this is what I was telling you. Once you set the system in place, you get the messages in place, it doesn't take a lot to start getting appointments. You send the appointments to some of the people in the group like Todd and Stuart and everybody, and you get to go travel around. Like, this is what I basically did most of last year. This is all within the last 12 months. That's Roatan, Jamaica, London, in that photo. Then we've got to the far left, Barcelona. I was there for a month last summer. Berlin for about a week. And then the far right is Rome. I was there about 3 times during my visit last summer in Europe. Then we've got Monaco. I lived there for a month last summer. There's Cozumel, Mexico. And the last one is in front of Buckingham Palace. So a lot of traveling, and it's a ton of fun. There's my family that's here at my house in Vegas when I was having my going away party to go to Europe. So next week, going to Playa del Carmen. That's where Kevin Harrington's going to be at this mastermind with us. That's the house that we're staying at. So, you know, I'm still working through all of this. If you look at my Facebook page, people think I never get any work done, but I'm actually working a lot. I just switch locations a lot. So why am I showing you all that? Because I'm not living in vacation mode. It's really what all of you guys just said. It's about having the freedom to work wherever and whenever you want, and creating your own schedule and doing less but making more. So
hold on a minute. How many on this call, guys? What we're trying to do is we're trying to inspire you. We're trying to create that synergy. You know I'm Mr. Synergy. You know I want to create that synergy. You know I want to put that in your world. How many people are saying to themselves, you know what? If that girl can do it, if Chad can do it, now I haven't been in that many places, but how many people are saying, you know, I can do this? Like, I can do this. Like, I'm so close. Like, I've gone through all this BS and all these loopholes and all these different, trying to connect all the dots. How many people feel like you're just on the verge of it and it's just getting ready to blow? Because I know that feeling, guys. I know that feeling, and the vision's clear. Look at these comments, Jimena. Look at this. My eyes are opening to the possibilities. I'm so ready. I can do this. I'd love to travel like that. I'm there. Hell yes. Let me at it. Yes, yes, yes. I can do this. I just have to struggle a bit more. I can taste it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do what exactly? I see no content. Chill out, Bert. It's always Bert. Me and Bert go way back. Empire, yes. Right place, 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 place. Yes. Good.
Let's build a LinkedIn Everlasting Empire. I like that, Ian. So just put the number that really is more you in the chat box. Did you get into have a stressful business that ties you down, or you want to buy lots of shiny things, or you want to have more time doing what you want, when you want, with the people that matter the most?
Look at everybody's all one.
No, they're not. Well, Karen's really big on the 3s.
Yes. Well, at least you know my group can count. I'm just playing.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, I think everyone's goal is the same. Just have abundance and have freedom. You guys have already said that. I'm going to share with you just how this all came up for me, because when I first started my business, I was actually doing SEO. So I didn't know anything about LinkedIn. I just used LinkedIn to get a job if I needed one. And like I told you, I was doing cold calling when I started my business. I was marketing through going through a lot of business networking events, and that was meeting a lot of people that were either broke or not the right target market, or were trying to sell me their stuff, some of which I bought, which I really didn't have the money to. So I did direct mail. Only did one because that was expensive, and you really need to know what you're doing, and at best you might get a 1 to 2% response rate. I tried Craigslist. I found a lot of people that wanted the world for $1, so that wasn't very good. And I tried paid ads, but starting out, I really didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't really have a budget to test. So that is not something that worked out for me, or that I did very long. So 6 months into my business, anyone want to guess how many SEO clients I was able to get?
600.
That's 0. God, no credit, you guys.
They're all zeros. That's great. Everybody said 0.
All right, Chris said 10 at least. Jeez.
10, 12, 3.
Okay, so it was actually 1. So with one client, that wasn't going to pay the bills, so I ended up going to LinkedIn to look for a job. And when I did that, I was like, wow, the people that I wish were hiring me for SEO, they're all here. You know, it was doctors and lawyers, and there was thousands of them. So I started connecting with them and really just sending messages, and I got my next client within a couple of weeks, and from then on I got the next one and the next one, and I did not have to apply for any more marketing jobs, and I was able to grow this business. And then now it turns out that our company does not only SEO, but we also do LinkedIn consulting, coaching, done for you. I mean, we do a lot of stuff. We do training, but it really came out of my own necessity to grow my marketing agency at the time. So it worked so well too because I just got through these people without having to deal with gatekeepers like the problem that my client Genevieve was having. Reaching doctors is hard. Reaching lawyers is hard. Right here, you get right through to them. And, you know, don't just take my word for it. There's like research that's been done on this stuff. Inside View, which is a CRM intelligence company, they say that LinkedIn generates more leads for B2B companies than Facebook, Twitter, or blogs, but only 47% of marketers are actively using LinkedIn versus 90% who are using Facebook. So that's a huge opportunity for you guys if you know what to do, because everybody else is focused on something else. They don't know what to do with LinkedIn.
Hey, hold on a minute. I want to address this person. I like to address everybody on the call, especially the ones that come at me. I love that. It says, it's been 50 minutes of biography. You're not keeping your promise to talk about how to build training portals for employees. I already gave you the answer. You get somebody else to build it for you. That's it. We provided you the community where you can go and tap into those. You can leverage those people. You can build it out yourself, or you can watch the training videos and do it in a matter of minutes. Like I think we've already proven that case. So good. I'm not scared of those. I always address them.
All right. So one of the reasons why, you know, instead of emailing someone too, you want to use the LinkedIn inbox is HubSpot. They did a study and they said that emails that are sent through LinkedIn are opened 7 times more than regular emails. Not only that, but LinkedIn traffic converts higher than any other social network. Now, does anybody want to guess why LinkedIn traffic would convert higher than Facebook or Twitter? I'll wait for you guys in the chat here.
Because it's the bomb.
No. Okay, Ray says it's business, it's personal, targeted, trusted.
Because nobody's using it.
Nope, I'm not saying the answer yet.
Was mine right?
No.
You're supposed to say I'm right.
No.
Dang.
It's because of this. There's the highest paid audience in all of the social networks. So let's say, you know, somebody wants to buy what you have, they don't have the money to. It doesn't matter how great it is, they're not going to buy it. So you have to make sure that you're targeting the right people. So your targeting is incredibly important. So again, we're going to go over 3 main strategies here today, and here is the first one, your LinkedIn profile. Now pay close attention, because if you don't do this part right, everything else, even if you do those parts right, it won't be as effective. I've tested it, and it's been the same result every single time.
Yeah, if I could just stop you really quick. Guys, when I saw this presentation before, because I helped her with these slides about a month ago, I changed my LinkedIn profile, and because of that, I've got 2 white label deals on with Everlesson, and they came through LinkedIn, and I wasn't getting anything before that. And if you looked at my profile, I don't know, I think you saw it before, somebody else, I had paid them to do it about 3 years ago, and they just made a big old list that said I'm an expert in internet marketing, email marketing, and they just made a whole entire list of all these things, and it definitely was not very attractive to the right people. So now I'm actually getting results. Somebody's saying, can you show us, Chad? I'll give you my LinkedIn profile after the call so you can see I did mine exactly like hers. So pay attention.
And Ray, for your question, this is your personal profile. We're not really doing anything with company pages. Company pages, that's where you would be running ads and that kind of thing. This is way more effective, what I'm sharing with you guys. So here's the thing, right? Most LinkedIn profiles, they read like resumes. And, you know, that's how LinkedIn intended it for you to write your profile. But let's take a look at what that does, okay? This person here, right, she is a digital marketing expert, SEO, programmer, developer, all this stuff. If I am a potential prospect that's looking to hire somebody for digital marketing, this person here could be the best person on the planet. There's about 2 million other people that show up when I do this search. But so why would I pick her over the other 2 million? Is there anything different? Is there anything that grabs your attention? Is there, you know, no, she blends in. It's like everybody else. She's just talking about what she does, not what I as a prospect might get as a result or anything. So really the first mind shift that you have to make is your profile is not a resume. It's a sales letter. And just like an ad, you know, the first thing that you want to do is you want to not only have a great photo, you don't want to have a photo of you partying with your friends or your pets or anybody, just you, a professional headshot. And then you want to have an attention-grabbing headline. A headline that's going to entice someone to want to learn more about you, to want to learn more about working with you. And the way that you do that is you communicate what they want. So if you look at my headline, right, it says, I get clients through Google and LinkedIn, deliver an ROI of 300% or more. That right there has gotten me so many people to contact me, just like this gentleman here, where they're like, how can I get a 300% ROI on my marketing? Can you help me? That's exactly what I want. So, this person doesn't know me, doesn't know anything about me, but what impressed them, what grabbed his attention to reach out, it was the copy on the profile. So really, consider this, write this down. You want to use your profile to subconsciously pre-sell your prospects into working with you. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, guys, that was a massive aha moment for me. If you had a wow moment just now, type that in the chat. Type that in the chat, because that is like a fast little tweak that you can do. Turn your profile into a sales page. That's layman's terms.
I mean, yeah, it starts with the headline, but you want to expand on that through the summary and your experience section, because what happens is most people's profiles are boring. It's all about them, and I hate to break it to you, but no one cares about you. They care about what you can do for them. So that's why you want to pick one market, and you want to tailor that copy on your profile to that market, because it's not about you. It's about them and what you're going to do for them. That is the only reason they're going to invest anything with you, accept your request to connect, or any of these things. It's what's in it for them.
Sweet.
Everybody good?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. The next thing, this is incredibly helpful. So I've discovered a really cool way to know a lot about your prospect's personality and how they like to be sold before you ever talk to them. So here's a tool that we use that tells you, so I just pulled up a profile of myself, and it says, when speaking to me, how to connect with me faster. If you know how to connect with your prospect faster, they're going to like you faster, they're going to trust you faster, and it's going to be much easier for them to give you any sum of money that you're asking for if they like you. If they don't like you, they're not going to want to work with you. So one of the best sales techniques is to mirror your prospect, but it's really hard to do if they're not in front of you and if you don't know anything about them. Well, this tool here actually pulls information from that person's social media profiles throughout the internet and what they've got out there, and based on what they've put out there about themselves, it creates a profile and it tells you how to speak to that person to connect with them. So when to speak to them, when you're emailing them, like for example, one that really caught me about me is it says use an emoticon. Chad, I'm always putting all these like happy faces all over the place in my text messages and everything. So if somebody does that with me, they instantly connect faster than somebody who doesn't use emoticons, and I think that they have a dry personality. It's just we're not connecting. So even if you don't like using them, just use it anyway, just to connect with your prospect. But the coolest thing about this tool here, and I'm going to share with you how to get it a little bit later, so just stay with me, guys, okay? This is what I love the most. It says when selling to Jimena, how to position the sale so that I respond. So you have to ask me about past accomplishments. You have to ask about things unrelated to work, because then it's more personal. It's not all work. But if you do that with somebody else, they'll go crazy. So you have to know who you're talking to. And, you have to be lighthearted and chit-chat. That's how you get me to buy. If you do that with other personality types, you'll get them to run for the hills. So you really have to know who you're talking to.
I could comment on this, but I'm not saying a thing.
Okay.
I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself.
All right, you do that. And last, the one thing you don't want to do in your lead generation strategies, this is why everyone says, social media doesn't work, LinkedIn doesn't work, because this is what everybody does. They just connect with a prospect that they really want to work with, and they send this long pitch of all the stuff that they can do, and it's too long, it's too soon, and it's going to kill your chances of getting that person to want to work with you. They're not going to be interested because you're going to turn them off right away. So remember the message that I got from this gentleman. He said, thank you for the follow-up. He's thanking me for the way that I'm marketing to him. So how do you turn this around? Well, the first thing that you want to do, and you guys want to be writing this down, after you've optimized your profile, you've made it about them and their industry, what you can do for them, how you help them, all that stuff. Now you want to focus on that in the messages as well, but you want to give value first. So you want to value their connection. You want to give them content that based on who they are and what they do, they'll find interesting. And if you're focused on one market, this is not going to be difficult to put together. And then you want to have the conversation start. So that's why you want to ask questions in your message and ask for feedback. Okay, that's how you get somebody to send you a message where they're excited to speak with you versus they can't wait to, block you from LinkedIn. Is this all making sense so far? Put a 1 in the chat if this is making sense. All right, awesome. Seeing tons of 1s coming in. But, a lot of people, so this is the first message, okay? A lot of people are not going to respond to that message. I would say, most of them won't. They'll appreciate it, they'll get busy, they'll move on. But that's not the only one that you're going to send. There's a sequence, and each message, over time, we've tested what each message, what its purpose should be, and how it should be written based on the previous ones that we wrote. So the next one, this is where, we say, hey, we've been connected here for a week or a few days, but we don't really know each other. At my company, this is what we specialize in helping, and you're speaking to their points because you're being focused on one industry, and then you talk about the benefits that your product or service does. Then you say, hey, I think we might have some synergies in working together. Would you have time to chat for a quick call this or next week? That's it. And if you look, so you see how people say, yeah, Monday would work. All right, cool. So I just send them a link to book themselves on my calendar, and off we go. I don't even show up on the call anymore. I have my sales guy do it. And you guys now have that ability too through Tota's Learning. You don't have to get on that call. You just have someone else be there or help you with it. So that's it. Is this pretty easy, you guys? Can you copy paste this message into LinkedIn and not even have yourself do it, just have your VA do it? Yeah, it's pretty simple. This is why I still haven't mastered Facebook ads after all these years. I prefer copy paste.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. But see, you don't get a response. I don't know about you guys. I don't get a response on Facebook. I went and checked. There was some people that I've been trying to get in touch with for like 3 years. They want to set my friend requests. And then there's other people that I can't even friend request them because they're limited out or whatever, so I can follow them, which doesn't do jack, right? And so I went, and once I optimized my profile, and we'll show that to you here shortly, I went and requested to be friends with them guys on LinkedIn. It was an instant connection. Instantly connected when I couldn't do that with Facebook. And even when you're running Facebook ads, pretty much all you're going to be able to do is get them to opt in, get them in your email list. But it's really hard to build a relationship using Facebook. I think we have it down best with what we did with this group. We used Facebook to build the group. But other than that, I don't know how else you guys would do that.
Well, here's the thing. On LinkedIn, because you're able to see somebody's whole career, you're able to decide if that person is, for lack of a better word, good enough for your connection. So that's why the profile is so important, because people are judging you from the minute you send that request to connect. And if you don't look like somebody they want to do business with or somebody they want to connect with, they're not going to accept it. So step number 1 is we need to get them to accept you, because that's the only way that you can message these people for free. If they don't accept your request to connect, you cannot message these people unless you send them an in-mail, but even those are very limited per month depending on which package you're on. So you've got to get them to accept that request to connect, and that's why putting your best foot forward is so important. And I do see some questions coming in about who's taking the call. It could be you or it could be somebody else. In most of our campaigns, because we work with companies that have sales teams, a lot of the times we say, we structure the message to let them know that, hey, George is going to get on the call or this person's going to get on the call, so they know going into it that they're not going to expect you to be on the call. You might want to be on some of the calls, but you need to let them know, hey, myself and so are going to be there, or hey, I can't make it, but I told so-and-so about, our conversation. They're going to take great care of you. And that's how I do it with my sales guy, because it's my profile, but he's the one that gets on the calls. So now let's talk about some numbers, because what we've covered is you got to optimize your profile. You got to have the right audience. You have to send them messages. And once you get the appointment, now that's when the magic starts to happen. But how many appointments can you get? So typically, we're sending out about anywhere from 50 to 75 requests to connect per day. It just really depends on the market, the campaign, and everything. But if we're just sending 50 a day, that's not a lot. You're staying under the radar, very easy to do. That means that usually about 20 of those people on average are going to accept if you wrote your profile right. So you might be sending about 400 messages a month or so. From that, about 40 will say that they're interested. So some will say, hey, yeah, follow up with me in a month, or some will say, yeah, I can talk to you tomorrow. So typically, you can get about half of those on the phone. So that's about 20 sales appointments per month, right? So are these numbers making sense so far, you guys? Are you with me up to this point?
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So can you go back to your, okay, you're on that slide again. So the people that you're referring to, the target market that we're referring to is used to getting these kind of messages. Like they're used to being spammed and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So,
these are numbers just on average from all the campaigns that we have. I mean, we've got all sorts of different markets that we're in.
But what I'm thinking, though, is if you're going after like Fortune 500 companies and you're going after the right key individuals, they're probably not as exposed to as much as we see here on the screen.
No, because people are scared to reach out to them.
People are scared to reach out to them. Do you guys understand that? Do you understand that? Like 20 appointments would scare me. 20 appointments would really, really scare me. Like, here's the thing. The numbers that she's showing you here on the screen, they're guaranteed. I'm the one saying that because I know this for a fact. This can't break. I know for a fact you guys are going to get a response. It's what you do after you get that response. That's where you can screw it up. If you don't understand to leverage the people that have the strengths in this group, you are up a creek. I'm just being honest with you. You won't even see me trying to tackle that myself. I'm going to go try to cut that deal with Eric or Stuart or Todd or somebody and say, hey, let me give you a percentage. Come seal this deal for me, please. Yeah. You guys understand this, right? So everything that she's showing you is very, very accurate. This will happen.
Now, let's talk about conversions, right? So for you guys, it's a little bit different depending on what you're going into. So, for example, for my clients, they have a 10% conversion rate. That means they might get 2 clients a month. 20% is about 4 clients a month. But most of my clients are selling services or medical devices or things that are in the, $30,000 to, let's say, $50,000 range, depending on the company. So these numbers right here are incredibly profitable. If you just get 2 people at even just $10K, that's $20,000 a month. Way more than covers what we're charging them. However, with you guys, it's a lot different because the employee portal, that's 200, 500, or $1 million, depending on the company. And with LinkedIn, you can target companies based on the company size. So the more employees they have, the more money that you're going to make. So you guys can, start out a little smaller at first and then go higher, or you just want to start high right away. It's up to you. But that's the only platform online that allows you to do that. So, these numbers might not be for you, but this is, what we're getting. You might get 2 a year, but those 2 could be $2 million. So I think that's even higher than what we're showing here.
Do you guys believe this? Like, do you believe what she's saying to you? Do you understand it? And understand, she's part of our family. She's part of our world. Like, she's in that group. She's very, very engaged. She's watching everybody's live feed. Like, she's not going anywhere. We're not just doing this presentation tonight and she's somebody I'm affiliated with and then she's gone. Like, she's in here digging the trenches with us, right?
Well, I'm selling this too.
Yeah,
more than what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, a lot of people are relying on this employee portal. I can say that much.
Yeah.
We'll leave Beth's comment alone. Thanks, Beth. Appreciate that.
Oh my gosh. So, to recap, really the process is this is what you have to do. Number one, you have to optimize your profile. You have to look at it as not a resume where you just put all your work experience, but really a sales letter where you're subconsciously pre-selling the people that you're going to reach out to into working with you. Next, I'm going to share with you still about that tool. That's a service that we provide through our company where we give you the reports on your prospects before you speak to them. So that really helps increase the conversion rates. And number three, we're going to talk about, we talked about what you don't want to do and what you want to do. What you don't want to do is sell right away. And then what you want to do is have a sequence of messages that engage, that ask questions, that provide value, that it really intrigue your prospect into wanting to get on the phone, because the whole goal is to get that person off of LinkedIn and onto the phone with you and people that you're working with to close that deal for you. So you need the right foundation, the right messaging. You need that tool to really be able to connect a lot faster with that prospect, and you want to take that conversation offline to close the deal. So it can't cover everything in an hour. Actually, we've been here for longer than an hour. So even if we had all day, there's a lot of little things to it. For example, whenever we bring in a new employee into our company, it takes about a week before we're fully got them trained and they understand it. Even though it's simple, there's also a lot of little things that you want to make sure that you know and know how to do. So we are going to give you a special offer today to know how to put the system to work faster and make sure that you don't make those mistakes that you'll make that I made really starting out, that over the years I've flushed out and I know what to say, what not to say, in what order, what to do and all the little things to help you close a lot faster. It's taken a few years to figure this thing out.
Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. I want your permission first. Okay, I know for a fact that the 3 things that she just showed on the screen were definitely worth you being on the call. Yes or no? Do you agree? The 3 things that she just shared with you on the screen, they're game changers. They're absolutely worth being on this call. Here's the thing. When we were at this mastermind event and I was eating lunch with her, I don't know how many people, I'm going to say a dozen people came up, took her card and said, I would like to work with you. I would like to work with you. And I asked her, I said, please, before you do that, before you take anybody on, let me sit down with you because I know what they need. Because I knew the direction we were going with the employee portal, and I knew with her knowledge and everything that we could put together something better than what she had to offer with that $3,500 program. And I also know, take it from me, I just invested a lot of money. Guys, I'm talking about a lot of money, more money I've ever invested in my life in a coach. And the reason why is because, number one, I'm able to leverage some amazing people, one of my idols, but number two, I'm also being held accountable. I'm being held accountable like nobody's business. They are calling me every single day. They are setting up deadlines for me. They're pushing me to make sure I reach them. And now I'm finally able to get past a plateau that I've been dealing with for so long. So understand that when you make these kind of investments in your business, I think it was Ada that said it in the group today. She said, honestly, when you go and make a significant investment in your business, it's then that you will find yourself taking action, especially when you have somebody that's holding you accountable. But I hope to God that we have done a great job helping you guys understand the direction that we're going and how LinkedIn really is the missing piece of the puzzle with what we're doing with Everlesson. Do you guys understand? Do you get it? And if you're an agency holder, I'm going to talk to Karthik tonight. I think tomorrow I'm going to be giving you access to the employee portal. So there's a reason why I had Jimena do this webinar on this date, because I'm trying to just roll everything out all at once so you guys can get started.
So really what we put together is lead gen mastery, and I'm going to go through with you what you get and how we're going to do this for you. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up your profile, right? So that you get the messages like the ones I showed you where people are like, hey, I'm impressed, let's talk, I want to purchase your products and services. There's a psychology to it, we only really talked about the headline tonight. We still have to talk about the other parts of the profile and how to optimize them so that people are like, wow, this is a rock star. I need to connect with that person. So that's what we're going to cover in week 1 of this training. So the value of that is $799. And the next week, that's when we really get into the messaging and how to keep track of everything and how to grow your LinkedIn network so that you see more leads in your searches. We're going to show you how to search within LinkedIn so that you find your prospects, how to pick niches. All of this is in week 2 because I do this in the order that you have to implement. So the first thing you got to do, pick a market, do your profile. The next thing is grow your network, search on LinkedIn, create your messages, send your messages, track everything, and then the next thing that we're going to do, that's a $599 value. And then the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to share with you how to write content that people are going to send you messages about, like the ones I showed you, where they're like, hey, thank you for that article that you sent me. Because there's also a strategy into how do you position that content that you're sending out to people in that first message so that they're not only thankful about what you sent them, but they're seeing you as the expert and they're seeing you as someone that they need to do business with because of how you wrote it. This is all about copywriting, a lot of it at the end of the day. It's saying the right things in the right sequence and putting the right copy out there so that people are interested in working with you. So that's what we're going to cover in week 3. And the value of that is $299. So in week 4, we're really going to focus on social proof. Now, I get this to this day, and if you do a Google search on me, you'll see I've got tons of interviews and all kinds of stuff out there. But a lot of times, you know, the leads that we get off LinkedIn, they'll say, hey, can you share with me how this has worked for somebody else? Or, you know, how do I know what you're telling me is true? And I usually, and sometimes they will ask for like a client that they can talk to. And I'm like, you know, I'm not going to give you my client's name and email and having you bug them. I mean, they're busy people. But you can look at my profile and you can see the people that have left recommendations. They're clearly, you can click on them. They're real profiles. So it's the best social proof that you can have because they know it's not made up. So whether you're using LinkedIn or not, this is going to help you in closing deals. It doesn't matter what business you're in because people just want to know that if they've never met you before, are you going to deliver and can they trust you? And they'll take somebody else's word that has already worked with you before they do. So very, very important, you guys, that you're working on increasing that social proof on your profile because at this day and age now, I just say, hey, go look at that, and there you go. I'm not sending you my clients' names and emails. But what we're also going to do is share with you how you can even turn some of the people that you've never worked with before into recommendations. So that's another thing that we cover in this week. Now, weeks 5 and 6, some of those case studies that I showed you where you can get LinkedIn traffic for as little as 35 cents per click, like the one that I showed you where I had 2,200 clicks and 600 opt-ins. This is what we did. Everything is in week 5 and 6. So we're going to share with you how to get more opt-ins for your webinars, those of you that are creating courses. So how you can get the same traffic that LinkedIn's charging $5 and $10 a click for. There's a workaround that you can get it for a lot less. And some of it you can get for free. Some of it you have to pay for a little bit. It really just depends. And we're also going to share with you how to create a LinkedIn group and how to turn those members into clients. There's a message sequence that I created for that as well. So that's all going to be in weeks 5 and 6, and the value of that is $699. But yeah.
So I want to interrupt real quick, Jimena, just real quick.
Yeah.
So let me ask this, guys. Okay, so this course is amazing. I went through the course myself. Honestly, the tweaks I made because I watched her webinar, and they were like instant tweaks. They were easy for me, and I know you guys will do the same thing. Most of the stuff in the course, I'm guilty just like you guys are. How many people have gone and bought course after course after course after course after course? Someday, you will have a weekend where you're not doing anything. You will go log into that course. You will take all the notes. You will take action, and you will start to see real results in your business. Truthfully, like I'm being real with you. I'm not bagging on her course or anything else, but How many people, because this opportunity here is too big, it's too real, we're dealing with businesses. I don't want to screw this up, okay? I knew this. I knew she had a course to offer, and I said, Jimena, we have to do better than that. I need you to hold their hand. I need you to hold them accountable. I need you to get them results. And I cannot count on them to do it themselves because I'm guilty of the same thing. There's too many shiny objects out there. We're getting drugged too many different directions. What can we do to make sure, to ensure that they are successful? And so what you're about to see, and I want to leave you with a little tidbit when we get to the end of this presentation. Remind me of that. What you're about to see is where I stepped in and said, here's what I would like you to do for my members who I value very much. And it's because I want them to go out there and actually seal these deals. I want you guys to go out there and make everybody in this group a believer. Okay? So that's what you're about to see. Sorry.
That's fine. Well, so we're going to teach you, right, everything that you need to do, but we're not expecting you to do it. This is really there more for the VA that you're going to hire so that they have access to the training. And this is actually the same exact training that I make all my new employees go through when they get hired. So the first thing that my employees do, they go through my course, then I work with them one-on-one to make sure that they understand. That way they see the psychology and everything first, and it saves me a ton of time. But we're going to write your profile for you. So I'm going to share with you, the strategy behind how we do it. But I have copywriters on staff, and these people have been doing copywriting for years. More importantly, they've been working with me for years, so they know what I'm looking for, and I'm very picky when it comes to profile copy. Like I do not just I've had so many copywriters that I've hired and had to fire. So now I've got a great team that I trust, and they write really great copy that converts. It's really all that matters, that gets you the connections and it gets people interested in working with you. So rather than expecting you to go through my course and come up with it yourself when you might not like to write or not really know too much about copywriting, we're just going to take care of that for you. And when we sell this service as a standalone service, we typically charge $800 for it. So you're going to be getting this included. I did see a question come in saying if this is different than my course, and it is different because it's not a course. We're just going to make sure that you do it right, so we're taking care of it all for you.
How many people feel confident that if she does it all for you, you're going to be in better hands? That you're going to actually experience success with what we've been showing you? How many people feel confident in that? I feel very, very confident in that. I feel like I'm pretty, up to par with what's happening in the business and everything else. I don't feel confident enough to go through the course and put everything together myself, because what I've learned, guys, it's the one or two little golden nuggets that you miss that make all the difference in the world. And what I've learned is it's just easier. Today I finally figured it out. It's just easier to leverage the experts, pay them to do it, and be done with it, not try to figure it out.
Yeah. And the other thing too, why it's so valuable and why people, even if they're not working with us on our done-for-you services, we have had clients just come in for the profile because they know that, and this happens to me all the time, people Google me before they invest in my company's services, and one of the things that comes up at the top on Google, because LinkedIn has great SEO, is your LinkedIn profile. So you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot out there, especially if you're going to be out there asking for $200,000, $500,000 from a company. You better bet they're going to Google you, and you want to make sure what they see is what you want them to see. So we're going to make sure that we optimize you for that, and we're going to create your branding as well. Your LinkedIn graphic that you can have in the background. We're going to have our graphic designer do that for you. So it's pretty done for you. We're going to create those messages. I do cover in week 2 how to create the messages, how you want to do everything, how you want to track everything. But isn't it so much better just to have somebody that's done this like hundreds of times, and we know what to say in the messages. We know which messages have worked and haven't worked, because part of what we do with our clients is after we create all the copy, we look at the numbers and we see where we're not getting the response, and we go in and tweak it. So I have hundreds of messages across several industries that I already know work. So I just have to plug you in with your information and make sure that it makes sense for your market. So the language is going to be custom and different, but you're having somebody that's done hundreds of these do it for you. So you don't have to worry about learning it. That's really going to be more for your VA, okay? As I mentioned, we're going to do the profile branding, and we're also going to sit down with you and do a marketplace evaluation to make sure that before we get started on writing any copy, which is a pretty time-consuming task because we really take our time with it, we're going to sit down and make sure that you're targeting the right market, and then we're going to create the copy around that so that you're set up for success from the get-go. And then we're also going to make sure that you have the right reporting in place, exactly as we do it for our done-for-you clients. And at the $297 value, we're going to give you all the reports, how to look at them, how to optimize them, what you want to look for, and you're going to have support throughout this whole thing. And because of that, because as you guys can you guys see that this is a lot of work that my team has to do for you before we even get anything started? Does this seem like some work that we have to put in? Okay, yeah, I'm seeing some yeses coming in. So because of that, I can only work with a few people because my staff is only so big. So really right now we can only take on 10 people that want to work with us and have this done for them so you guys can start going out and getting leads for the employee portal, which you should be getting tomorrow. So this is not going to be for everyone, okay? We're also going to give you an 8-week masterclass. So what that means is...
I twisted her arm on this, guys. She did not want to do this.
I didn't, but he made me do it. So basically, we're going to have group coaching calls every Tuesday. That's where Chad twisted my arm. And what I'm going to do, after we set everything up for you, you can get on there, ask me any questions, ask me how to respond to somebody, if you need to tweak some of your messages, depending on the numbers that you're getting. I mean, you really need to be getting between 10 and 20 appointments a month. So if you're not, we have to work on your campaign to optimize it. So we have the support there for you to do that. So you're not going to be left out in the dark. So we're also going to create a private Facebook group. This is another thing that Chad twisted my arm on. So again, you guys can have a lot of support there. My staff is going to be there. So if you guys have questions, you can go in there and get all the support that you need, just like you have in Everlesson as well. So the value of that is tremendous because I've never done this before. And I mean, I know how to do it. I just, have it done for you clients, or, I have the course. So now I'm adding something a lot extra because Chad really wants me to support you guys and make sure that we're not just doing it with you, doing it for you, but we're getting you all the way through the finish line, and that's what we're doing. And also, now I had to twist his arm on this one.
Yep.
So you're also going to get survey, which is great because in the past I was using time trade to do my calls, but now with survey it's got a lot more features. I actually helped Chad with some of the features to add on it. So you guys are going to be getting this absolutely free. That's going to be sold for $297. So that's going to be included with this, and that's how you're going to book all of the appointments. It makes it way more seamless.
Yeah, so you could actually just put the survey link inside the message, guys. You could say, here's my calendar, schedule a link with me, schedule a time with me.
Yeah, I mean, the value of the private group on Facebook, I mean, we're putting $97 a month, but I've seen some that go a lot higher than that. We're definitely going to be very engaged with you, but again, I'm not going to be taking on a lot of people because it's a lot of work, so I can't take on like hundreds of people right now. So first come, first serve, really, at this point. And if you think about it, if the only thing this did was get you even just 10 appointments a month, hell, even like 2 appointments a month with the stuff you guys are going after. I'm happy with 2. I already got that guy ready for a call, so I'm good. Well, like, it's really all the help you did if you just focus on weeks 5 and 6, if you want to use this for your courses that you're creating to learn how to drive traffic to your opt-in pages for pennies on the dollar with expensive links and traffic, or if you're just cold calling right now. I know tons of you here are cold calling or have cold call. This can really help save that prospecting time. So when I work one-on-one with people, I'm not talking about the done for you because that's my staff doing that, but if you're working with me, I charge $5,000 per month for coaching, and really with what you guys are doing, 2 deals a month, 1 deal a month would be more than enough. But you're not going to pay that You're not going to pay $10,000 even though this
Stop
is going to be that.
Stop here. This is the big thing, guys. Remember what I said at the beginning of this call? I've been helping her put together a 10K package. Do you guys think I did it? Yes or no? Do you think that this can sell for $10,000? Did I do it? Did I do it? That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to drive ads. We're going to use LinkedIn. We're going to make people apply, and they're going to be buying this for $10,000. I promise you they're going to do that. I promise you they're going to do that. I told Jimena from the start, I said, I want to show you how to put together a high ticket package. So I took her course and we added everything else that you just saw, and you're all saying that yes, we absolutely did this. Matter of fact, keep typing in the chat, guys. I'm going to take a screenshot of this because I want you to know that I'm not just full of garbage here, right? That you guys are actually saying, hold on, Tim. I see where you're saying we haven't answered questions.
We are getting to the questions shortly.
See here?
I know there's a lot of them coming through.
See here, this is an amazing package. Yes, 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 yes. I just asked that at 7:32. Yes, 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 but I don't have 10K. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. See there? That was my goal. I want you to remember that because I really did. After I did that, she's like, so we're going to pitch this for 10K tonight? I said, no, not yet. I want you to take care of my members first, and then we're going to take everything that we have here, give it a little bit of a different twist because not everybody knows about EverLesson. And with all the done for you, the coaching is the big thing, guys. Everybody wants their hand held because that's when they start to experience success. Then we're going to sell it for 10K.
Right. So you're actually not even going to pay $5K. And as I've mentioned before, our done for you clients that we're working with, we charge $3,500 a month for this. But you guys, because Chad is twisting my arm and wants you guys to get the best deal possible, it's just going to be one payment of $1,997 or 2 payments of $1,200. So if you go to jimenacortez.com/EverLesson, you can join right now. That said, first come, first serve. There is a limit. I cannot take everybody on because this is not a course. This is done for you. So there's actually a lot of work from my team because you're going to get the linked blueprint course, which is a $4,300 value. You're going to get us to write your profile copy for you, which is an $800 value. You're going to have the profile optimization for Google, and you're going to have the branding image. That's a $197 value. You're getting the messaging campaign custom done for you and your industry, $1,200 value. And you're going to get the marketplace evaluation, so you're not going to go in there alone trying to figure out where you should go to. We're going to discuss it first. You're going to have all the tracking reports that we use to make sure no leads fall through the cracks and you know how to optimize the campaigns. You're getting the group coaching call, which I've never offered ever before. You're getting a VIP group, which I've also not offered before. It's all additional support. You're getting survey for free for $297 value. And, I mean, if you add all of this up, the value is almost $12,000, which is why when we run Facebook ads to this, we're going to offer it at 10K. Right now, we're offering it at 1 payment of $197 or 2 payments of $1,200. And I'm just going to put here in the chat real quick. Or Chad, can you put here in the chat the link, the jimenacortez.com/EverLesson? Let me just hold on and make sure. And I do see a ton of questions coming in, so we're going to get to that in a little bit. Just hold tight till we get to the end. But yeah, just go to jimenacortez.com/EverLesson. However, there is additional bonuses too that we're going to be having. So like I said, we're not just setting it all up for you. We're going to go out and get the leads for you as well. Now, do you guys remember in the beginning, I got that message from that gentleman that he just reached out to 100 people and was able to get 2 appointments within a 24-hour period? Do you guys remember that from the beginning? Well, we're going to go out and we're going to get your first 100 leads and help you generate that first appointment. So we're not just doing everything for you. We're getting you the lead too, so you can pass it off to somebody at Totus. So pretty hands off, okay? That's a $297 value. So that's only going to be for the first 15 people, though we can't, like I said, we cannot offer it to everybody. I'm also going to give you the reports that we talked about. So I've seen a lot of questions coming in about the lead reports. Did you put the link in there yet?
I didn't.
All right, put the link. So basically what this is a software that we use, and so we sell it as a service, $197 a month. We're going to give you that included. You're going to get 3 months free with this offer. So basically when you have somebody that said, yes, I want to speak, we'll send you the report on that person, and now you're going to know exactly how they like to be sold so that you connect with them a lot faster, really increase your conversion rates. So that's how you get access to the tool that we talked about. And last, the outsourcing package. Now, I've taught you my system. You're going to have the system because you're going to have all of the videos and training, everything that I use for my own employees when they start working for me. But we're going to train your VA for you. So once you have a VA, we're going to show you how to find the VA, how to write the ad, what to say, how to interview them, how to weed them out so you get the best one. And then we're going to train that person for you so that they do all the stuff that we went over today. Because it's a lot of work. I mean, it's, a couple hours a day, or an hour a day, it depends. But they're going to do that for you. We're going to train them, and that is pretty hands-off. So everything that you're going to get, you're going to get the course, almost a $4,300 value. You're having us write your profile for you. People pay us $800 standalone for that service. You're going to have us optimize it with your branding, and for Google, that's $197. You're going to have us write your custom messages for you, $1,200 value there. We're going to do the marketplace evaluation before we get started on any of this. That's a $297 value, and we're going to give you all the same tracking reports that we're using with our done-for-you clients that are paying us $3,500 a month for this. You guys are not paying anywhere near that. And you're also getting something that they don't have. You have an 8-week group coaching. You have the VIP group. You have survey, which I usually just make my clients go buy something. Now you guys have survey, and you're getting that free included here. That's going to be selling for $297 and also a monthly pretty soon too. So you guys are getting a lot. We're going to help you with your first 100 leads. We're going to give you the personality reports that we use so we know how to connect with prospects. And we're going to give you the outsourcing course. So all in all, the value of this is really almost $13,000, which is why we're going to sell it for a lot more in the future. But right now, for Chat Community, you guys are going to get just one payment of $19.97 or 2 payments of $1,200. Also, anyone going to the page right now, I have a disclaimer. Because, we added this additional stuff here, I, on my page, was not able to get it looking all pretty because I am on ClickFunnels, which doesn't always work that well. So, disclaimer why it doesn't look all amazing, but I am not going to be using them for much longer. So.
Good call.
So aside all that value, though, you still have a personal guarantee. So if you're not making appointments within your first 60 days, we are going to work with you until you do. So there's really no way for you to fail. I know when I work with you, you get appointments. I've done this so much that it's not been a campaign that I've worked with on somebody closely that we didn't generate appointments. So I am not afraid to make this guarantee. I know that if it's not working, we just have to tweak a few things and it'll work. We might have to change the targeting, we might have to change the copy, but eventually we get appointments. Like, there's never been a time when that didn't happen. So you guys really cannot lose. So if you go to jimenacortez.com/everlesson, that's where you can get the page to sign on.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of the objections I'm seeing here, guys, because I'm not scared of objections. I like to actually deal with them. So let's think about this whole entire offer, okay? And so I want to read one of the comments that came in. It said, so far with the agency option, there's a lot of capital outlay with minimal return. How many people who have bought agency who have recouped these costs? Yet there's a lot of potential, but after being in sales for 30 years with some high-ticket items, it's time to establish yourself. However, to keep spending more and more with the promise that there is money coming in, most people realistically will not get that, especially right away. Don't want to be a killjoy, just realistic without the marketing hype. Okay. So as I said, I've said this many times, I looked last night, we've done $6.7 million in sales with Everlesson. Out of that, I believe that 60% of those sales were from agency holders. Okay, so there is money being made with the system. Have we been able to go out there and seal one of these $1 million deals yet? No, we haven't. Do I believe that it's on the verge of happening right now? Yes, I do. So what's been the holdup? Has it been the leads or has it been the appointments? No, it's been the development of the portal. Understand, we were just given this idea, what, a month and a half ago? And we've been doing everything we can every single day when we realize that we're looking at a $280 billion piece of pie by 2020 to build out this employee portal, which is what we're about to give to you. So if we look at everything that Jimena has been talking about, I always like to look at these things and I always like to say, okay, where is it broke? Where is it broke? So she just said that you're going to get leads no matter what. Now, yes or no, guys, are you convinced on this call that we're going to be getting leads with this system when it's all set up? With what she talked about tonight, are you convinced that the leads are going to come in? Are you convinced the leads are going to come in? Yes. Okay, good. Good. So she has done her part. My next question, everybody that was at the event, do you believe that Eric, Stuart, Todd, who else am I missing? I'm missing one. I'm going to hurt their feelings. Derek. Okay. Derek, do you believe that they have the skills and the abilities to step in on your behalf and handle this whole entire deal for you? Do you believe that? Yes. Okay. So 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Now, the last thing, do you believe that one of our certified members can build out this employee portal for you? Do you believe that? Yes. See, and I do too. That's what I'm talking about. But the part where I was really lost was I didn't know how to get the lead. I didn't know how to get the lead. And because Jimena's with me, that's the reason why she was at that third day. I didn't know we were going to go the direction we went. When she put up on the screen that that company had 680 employees or whatever it was, a light bulb went off for me. And I said, oh my gosh, you are the missing piece to the puzzle, right? So I wanted to address that concern. However, I also believe that you have to think positive no matter what. You have to keep telling yourself that you're going to go out there and you're going to seal this deal. The part that we want you to do is really easy. And we just all agreed that we have confidence in Eric. We have confidence in Totus. We have confidence in the certified members. There's nothing that's stopping us at this point except you. Except you. If you look at your past experiences where you've been hosed with other, high-ticket deals or whatever, or other network marketing opportunities, whatever. I don't know any other opportunity, guys, where there's a quality product like we have. I don't know any other opportunities where they've taught you to do lead generation like she taught you tonight. I don't know any other opportunities where professionals step in to close the deal. And I don't know any other opportunities where we have certified builders come and take care of everything for you. And I don't know of any other opportunity where you can make 200K, 300K, 500K, and $1 million. And as cliche as that sounds, the experts were the ones that told me this is the kind of money you can make, right? So I'm in the same exact position you guys are, and you saw me leave the launch space. I had to take care of survey. You saw me leave the launch space. I don't promote a lot of stuff to you except with things that are integrated with Everlesson. I am completely 100% focused on what we're doing here and what this young lady taught you tonight. Cool.
Well, so, let's see, where are we? So, no worries. So yeah, I mean, this is the only time that we're also going to be offering it at that price because, as I said, this is a much higher ticket offer that we're going to have going out in the future. You guys are going to be the first to get in on it, and you're also getting the best price out there. And I want you to be my next success story. You know, Michael Haynes here is one of my best ones, but you know what? He didn't have what you have. He had the course and he did it all himself, and then he saw it worked. You don't even have to do anything yourself. We're going to do it for you. We're going to coach you through it. We're going to support you. So I really don't see a way where you can fail unless you just say, I don't want anyone logging into my LinkedIn account anymore. So that's really the only way I see it. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I've done this for so many years now. I started this for myself in 2012, and I started offering it as a service and a training in 2014. So I've kind of been doing it for a long time. So again, go to jimenacortez.com/everlesson, and we're going to be taking questions now. So if you have a question, there's been a lot of engagement in the chat box. So if you wrote a question before that did not get answered, just answer it now because there's a lot of scrolling to go through. So just put your questions in right now. And just to recap again, everything that you're getting my entire course, $4,200 value there. You're getting us to write your profile for you with expert copywriters that have been doing this for years. We sell this as a standalone service for $800. You're getting the profile optimization for Google, your messaging copy, and your branding. And it's a $197 value there. Messaging's $1,200. The custom branding's $197. You're having us help you pick your market. That alone is worth $300. You're going to have the same reports that we use for our done-for-you clients. You're going to have the group coaching calls to make sure that you guys are being supported all the way through. And if you need help with optimizing anything, we're there to help you. You're going to have the part of the private Facebook group, which is $97 a month value, possibly a lot more. There's some guys out there charging like $1,000 a month for their groups. And they're not doing anywhere near anything that great. So you're going to have surveys so that you can book your appointments. You're getting that for free. That value is $297. And we're going to help you get your first 100 leads. We're going to give you the tool that we use to know your prospect before getting on the call. And we're going to share with you how to outsource everything as well as training your VA for you. So we're going to give you all of the templates that we use for how we hire our VAs, how we train them, how we pick one, and then you're just going to have us tell them what to do. So you don't really have to do a lot. Total value is almost $13,000, but today you're going to get it for one payment of $19.97 or just two payments spread out over 30 days of $1,200. So again, you just want to go to the link on the screen or the link in the chat. And now I'm going to go ahead and start taking some questions. You don't have to have an agency in order to start taking advantage of this course. So for the VA, that's going to be, you can pay them anywhere between $2.50 to $3 an hour. If they're really experienced, just, $3 an hour is not a lot. They're only going to be working a couple hours a day, unless you want them to do other stuff that is not LinkedIn related, but we're handling the LinkedIn stuff.
So Karen, let me address Karen. So Karen's asking, do I have to be an agency holder to take advantage of this course? So let me just kind of explain that a little bit more, Karen. You're able to ride off of the other agency holders, right? So they're able to seal the deal for you. You guys split your own profits. There's a lot of people saying, what's the percentages, how much do I have to share? That's between you guys. We don't get involved. We don't keep any of it.
All right, let's see. How far should it? Okay, so Rob is asking, I'm in the health and wellness niche. How far should I niche down? Should I just work with naturopaths, doctors? There's a lot. So we've done campaigns targeting naturopathic doctors, chiropractors, people in the wellness industry. They respond really well. So definitely work with us. I want to make sure that you're not sending messages like the other ones that we're sending, so it doesn't look the same. We'll have to change your message around for them. So this definitely works very well in that market because our clients have made a lot of money with that market. But we want to make sure that you just don't take the templates in the course so that you don't sound like the messages they've already gotten because they have been getting them. So suppose I have my own agency and I can build my own portals. Can I still do it for my own portals? Yes, you can. Do you want to expand on that, Chad? Or
yes,
no?
You can.
Okay.
Good answer.
Let's see. Whoops. Let me scroll here.
I want to point out something very important to you guys once we're done with the questions here.
Okay, let's see. So what this has to do with Everlesson? A lot. So basically, several things. If you're using Everlesson to create an info course, for example, even just the information in the course is going to help you get LinkedIn traffic for a lot less, way less, because I don't pay for LinkedIn ads. They're crazy. If you're looking to get clients like local businesses, you can connect with those local businesses on LinkedIn. That's where I, started out my business. I tried everything to get local businesses as my clients, and what worked the best, the fastest, and was most cost effective was LinkedIn. So I'm giving you exactly what I did. That took me a little bit of time to figure out. You guys are getting all of that. So it just really depends which way you want to go with it. The main focus for us today was the employee portal. So those of you that are going to have the employee portal, or you can partner with somebody that has it, and then you can generate the leads. And once you generate the leads, you give it to TOTUS to close it. It's a pretty hands-off business. So really, you're getting a lot of trial and effort and education all pretty much done for you. Usually when things that you buy online, it's training that you have to go through, spend hours on the training, and then have to figure out how to implement it yourself. And that's why results are all over the place. With what you have here, you don't have to do it yourself because you have other people that are supporting you and helping you through it. So that's really the difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference, guys, when somebody does it for you. Like it's going to get done. Like I would just, that's why I stepped in. I'm like, no, we have to have, we have to have more done for you, done with you, because there's nothing that separates us from anybody else, and that's why I know that. That's why I invested in that coaching program the other day, because when they said, hey, we're going to set up these events for you, it wasn't a matter of we're going to give you a training course that's going to teach you how to do events like this. It was, no, we're going to get this done. We're going to have it done by this date. We're going to call you tomorrow. You're going to schedule an appointment. They're holding me accountable. Like I have no choice. I have too much freedom in my life where I can do what I want to do, and I am not able to hold myself accountable. They are holding me accountable. Jimena is holding you accountable. She wants you to succeed. I want you to succeed because I need you to go out there and seal up these deals. I need to have these case studies. I'm going to get them myself, but look, I own the platform. So it's not going to be anything miraculous when the owner of the platform goes out there and sells $1 million deal. I need you guys to do it. I need you to do that. I need you to get on video saying, look, this is a deal I worked out. Here's how it went down. I made $300K. Why do I need that? Well, because I need to sell that agency license for $50, $75K one day. And if you guys are doing those kind of deals, I'm able to do that. Do you understand? Your guys' success, my success is dependent on your success. So I'm trying to put together everything I can to get you to that level. But I know that Jimena is not cheap. I know she doesn't need the money. She doesn't need the work. But I also know she's the most qualified person to get us to the next level. So I would ask you, if somebody can make you money, are you going to keep investing in them? Because I will. I absolutely will. And I don't see where this system is broke.
There's a question I saw in here. Let's see. Where'd it go? I think we answered it. Let's see. Okay, that one we got. So there's questions coming in. Oh, actually, there's also questions coming in from those of you that just got in. So once you go through PayPal, it should show you a page where it's going to show you the next steps that has a questionnaire on there that you have to download. So the way that we're going to do this is the first questionnaires that we get in, those are the first ones that we're going to be working on. So make sure if you fill that out tonight, get it sent to me, because that's the order that we're going to work with everybody on. So after that, you are going to get access to the course. So that was not on that page. You are going to get that tonight or tomorrow morning, but that is coming, and that is everything in there. So you'll have instructions on how you're going to get all the outsourcing, the personality reports. And after we have finished your copy and your messages and everything is approved, that's when we're going to give you, we're going to help you with the first 100 leads. So first things first, after you guys join, make sure you get that questionnaire back to me as soon as possible, because the faster you do it, the faster we're gonna be able to get your stuff done. It's going to be in the first come, first serve rate basis.
Somebody's asking for a grace period before they get started.
What do you mean?
He said he's going to join the program, but he wants a grace period before he has to start.
Okay.
I don't know where it went. It was at the bottom.
Where is it?
Just some time before he has to get started. Like
okay, that's fine.
He wants in. There's just some health issues he wants to take care of first.
So here's what I suggest you do. Just get in now, because the next time that we offer this, it's going to be at the higher price. So at least this time you lock in this price, and then when you're ready, you send back that questionnaire. We can't do anything until you send back that questionnaire. So once that questionnaire is there, that's when we start working. However, if you don't want to do it right now, that's fine, but you will have to lock in this price now, because we're doing this on a first come, first served basis, both on joining and also in the order that we get the questionnaires back.
Yeah, and obviously you guys see that I have my paws all over this thing, right? So just like with Everlesson, a lot of you got in for free, a lot of you got in at the base pricing. Now a lot of you are familiar with what we're doing with the events. We're selling the employee portal for like 12 grand. Like, you know, my thing is to bring key people in that build the community, build the synergy, right? Prove out the platform, and then go out there and sell it for higher money. That's exactly what I'm trying to do with her. I'm trying to get it to where you guys are the base and you're having success with this program and everything, and you guys go out there. I mean, think about it. You go out there and you seal a deal for $200K, and you come back and you say, well, I used Jimena Cortes' training. I did exactly what she showed me. I got the lead. Guess what? She gets to go out there and sell her program for 25 grand. Do you guys see that? Do you see that? So that's the goal with what we're trying to do here. So I know you're on webinars where there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of fluff with the BS and the scarcity, and they say next time you see this, it's going to be double price. I promise you, my goal is to have it to where she's making 10K from this webinar at least. At least.
Let's see.
That's a big question.
Yeah. So how much involvement do you have? Really, your main involvement is managing your VA, because once we train them, you are the one that's paying them, you are the one that's managing them, and you are the one that's, you know, coordinating between the leads that are coming in and the people at TOTUS who's going to get on the call. So that's basically your involvement right there. And of course, getting on the group coaching calls if you have questions. So.
Yeah, and if you think about it, I saved you 12 grand on the employee portal anyways, guys. Seriously, people are going to show up at that event. When you guys come to Vegas, you're going to see me put $12,000 up on the screen. People are going to pay $12,000 for the employee portal. I gave it to you guys as agency holders because I need you to succeed. Scroll down. I want to see if they comment on that. I need you guys to succeed.
So there's also a question coming in about how fast you want to hire a VA. I mean, if you joined right now, after you get the templates from me on the how to put out the ad and everything, I would start putting out the ads right now, because you're going to have to, you know, sift through them, pick the one that you like, and by the time you've done that, that's about the time when we'll be done with your copy. So, yeah, you're welcome, Rob.
Rob's the bomb. Rob's going to clear house with his employee portal. Like, he told me he didn't want to do the events, which I really wanted him to do the events because he wanted to focus on the employee portal.
I'm not understanding. Let's see. There's a lot of questions coming through. I want to make sure I got all of them. Let's see. I don't think I saw this one.
Yeah, read that.
Okay, well, here's a message from Sergio. He said, the leverage is worth it, Jimena. I bought 7-Figure Academy from Dan De Silva at $1,500, and it's not compared with this leverage. Your work with this opportunity, let's see, your work and this opportunity of leverage is worth it. It's a shame I can't do it right now, but I will do it. So great. Looking forward to working with you when you can.
Well, he's saying he's not in a position to do it, but he's doing it anyways.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I read that wrong. It's a long message.
So when you do it, Sergio, like when you do it, take action like right away. Like, set yourself up a goal that you're going to have this in place by this date. You're going to have your first appointment scheduled this date. Like, you have to start thinking like that. Like, do you guys believe when I say that I attract things in my life? Do you guys believe that, yes or no? Scroll down and see if anybody says no. I've shared that with you, right? I attract things in my life. Tonight on this call, attract these things in your life. If you're going to make this investment, attract these appointments in your life, right? Attract these clients in your life. It's real. I know it sounds woo-woo. She told me what a woo-woo was the other day. I never heard that before. So I know it sounds woo-woo, but it's absolutely true.
Okay, so there's a question coming in asking about what's the difference between my product and Josh Turner's. Well, this is not a product. This is a done for you, and it's tailored for exactly what you guys are doing. So while you get the product, you're getting us to do it for you as well. So there's not a big comparison there. But I know Josh, his stuff is great too. Someone's saying, I am attracting this program into my life.
Yeah, well, I want you to attract the success in your life.
Yeah.
So let me say this, because I know we're going on 2 hours here. I appreciate you doing that, because she usually rolls like with a half-hour webinar. I'm like, no, we're going to rock this thing out tonight. I'll show you how we do this. First of all, did you guys get a lot of value on this call, yes or no? Is there any way to put the survey up on the screen?
Oh, the link?
Yeah.
You can send it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Can you guys, I want you to fill out a survey. Go to jimenacortes.com/survey. Can you do that? Fill that out for me, would you? Let her know how she did, because this is like her first time doing like a webinar of this caliber, right? Because
this long.
this caliber. But I mean, when you're asking, higher ticket, people are, I don't want to say getting in bed, but they're looking to partner with you, right? And so, it's done a little bit differently, but I knew this group was a good one to gauge it with, and you guys see the direction we're going. Let me just say this. Here's a big takeaway. I do hope each and every one of you take her up on her offer, because I obviously know her personally, very, very close to her, completely endorse her, love everything she's doing. I know she's going to hold your hand. I am very, very involved with it. She's very, very involved in this group. But let me just say this. If you're still here, everybody that left missed a major takeaway, because I'm going to tell you why. She started with a course, just like we have with EverLesson, okay? A course that would go and sell for $297, $497, $997, whatever, okay? So we took a course, and by adding group coaching sessions, by adding some other bonuses, by adding some other things that's really going to help our prospects succeed with their business, we were able to go to a high-ticket program. And you guys are going to see us go to the 10K program. How many people just got a light bulb moment of how you do this? Do you understand? It's not just a $47 and $97 course. Guys, when you combine it like you saw her do tonight, this is how you go out there and do a 10K program. So Chris, I'm talking to you. You just put together a program. Now, if you can combine that with coaching and some other resources, Chris, if you sell 10K, hell, I would send them the green screen and the teleprompter and everything. I would have a complete package for them. You get a light bulb moment there? That's exactly what you just saw Jimena do tonight. And so now you see why we're going to take this to a 10K program. And I really hope you believe it's not just hype, it's not just scarcity, it's not just BS. I really do hope you believe that I sat down with her and said, I want to do something special. I know your time is valuable. I know you don't need the work. You don't need more clients. You're comfortable selling this program because you don't have to do anything. They log in the members area. They watch it. It's all good. But I just want to show you how to get into the realm of high ticket. Can you buy without having an EverLesson agency? Yes, you can, Jim. And if you get in and you decide that you need the EverLesson agency, let us know. I'm wondering if I should be adding in a new audience for this. I guess I'm not getting
I'm not understanding that, Linda. Can you expand on that question? I see a lot of light bulbs going off. People are like,
I know, look at what Rob said. Look what Rob said. Rob, you stay on track. There you go, squirrel.
Let's see. What else do we have?
Yeah, I want to help you guys. I want to bring people like Jimena into your world. Like, I hope you guys understand that I really want to help you guys. That's why I keep sharing these things. That's why I keep leading by example. I want to help you guys. Watch what I do with my sister. Watch what I do with Katerina. Watch how I'm helping out Jimena. I want to help you guys. And I know she can help you too.
Okay, Linda, so I know you're worried about having a small audience, but you don't need a big audience for this. And thank you. I see that you joined. So you and I will talk after this, and we'll help you, do everything exactly that you need to do based on your goals. So don't worry about it. We'll have a conversation about that. Let's see. Thank you, Elk. I hope I'm saying your name right. Yeah, Sergio, you're right. This is not a course. You're getting a course, but that's really more for your VA. It's really a joint venture, and you're joint venturing with the community. You're having me help you generate the leads, putting your VA in place, giving you all the training that you need. And guys, I'm charging clients $3,500 a month to do this for them. I'm teaching you exactly what I do to charge these people this kind of money. So you're getting quite a bit here. Even if you don't do the employee portal, you could do just that. So. It's not a bad living. You could go to Europe or somewhere else if you don't like Europe for 3 months if you like. Let's see.
I just want you to know they'll stick around all night.
So do we have any more? That's not the question.
They don't leave. Like, they don't sign off my webinars. They'll stay here all night.
I want to make sure I answer all the questions.
I know. I'm just playing. Could not enter email at the end of the survey. Oh, that sucks. That's my fault, Chris. I'll fix it.
It will be fixed in a couple of minutes. All right.
Can you give them the link to that tool that you're talking about? Do you have that?
What?
Secret number 2, people have been asking.
No, that's through the service.
Oh, okay.
That's through us.
If they didn't want to sell the employee portal, what else could they do?
Well, if you don't want to sell the employee portal, which I think you're crazy if you don't, because I'm doing that too, you could sell some of these services that I'm showing you how to do to local businesses. We're in several markets right now where we're offering LinkedIn lead generation. You could also generate leads for other programs that you might be a part of. You might have bought into other things and they're giving you something that you can sell. If you have anything to sell B2B, it's great for that. It doesn't have to be the employee portal. It doesn't have to be your course. It doesn't have to be PR. It's just this is going to give you the relationships that you need to get to where you are, to where you want to be. So if you do want PR or if you want to sell services to other business, you've got other things going on, other partnerships going on. We actually just had a client hire us. They are partnered with a company. So they're not even the company. They are partnered with the company as commission sales reps, and they just hired my company to generate the leads for them because the leads that they're going after are really high-level individuals. They're companies that have 500 employees or more, and only through LinkedIn can they do that kind of targeting. So they've hired us to help get those connections and set those appointments for them so they can close them for this other company. So there's a lot you can do with this. You just have to think about where you are, what your goals are. If you want to shoot me an email and let me know what you're thinking, that's fine. You can just email me at info@wizardmedia.net. I'll put that in here as well too. wizardmedia.net. All right, there you go.
So far, I want to read this.
Rob, yeah, that's about all the cost. That's it.
I asked him on this survey. See how cool this is? They're filling this in right now. What was your biggest takeaway in this webinar? You did a great job, Jimena. Change the profile, how important LinkedIn can change your business life. Work with experts that can light the way forward. The amount of support. You're incredibly talented and generous. I thought I said gorgeous. Much of the content was info I needed reminding about. Learn how to pre-sell leads before you even speak to them.
That's huge right there. So that part right there, when I first started out, I would have several calls and meetings with a prospect before they ever made a decision. Once I changed my profile copy and I changed the structure of my messages, I was doing one call closes. And I'm not saying I'm the best at sales. I think that there could be some help there, but because of all the pre-stuff I did before we got on the call, they already knew what we were going to talk about. They were impressed with me because the copy on the profile impressed them. The copy on the article I sent them impressed them. So they were already pretty much pre-closed by the time I got on the phone. Saves me a ton of time and a ton of selling because I don't really like to do that. So I put things in place that do it for me, and that's what you're getting.
I like the most about the webinar is the support I will be given and not just letting us hang. I have another LinkedIn course I bought, but I do not have the support that this course promises. That I and others I would work with could really do this. Good.
Great.
Make sure you fill out the survey, guys. We really do look at these. Like I want her to understand, you know, where we're at, like what you guys thought. Like, look at this.
Hey, Rob, your VA is not going to cost that much. This only takes a couple hours a day tops to do. So it's only going to be that if they're working for you full time. So if you have other stuff for them to do, great. If not, this is going to be a part-time person. Oh my God, Elk, yes, go get some sleep. It's 5 a.m. where you're at. I can't believe you were on this long.
They're diehards, man. So it happens when you build up the communities.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, let's stop recording. We're going to keep the questions open just for a couple more minutes, guys. But we're going to go ahead and mute the mic, and that way I want to make sure that we get everybody's questions answered. So if you have some more questions,